What's up, guys? I'm Turbo John. Welcome back to the Turbo John YouTube channel out here in the garage. I wanted to show y'all real quick the difference between a beadlocked wheel and a non-beadlocked wheel. It's pretty cool. It's gonna be a quick little video. Appreciate y'all watching. If y'all want to support the channel, go to turbojohnracing.com. Grab yourself some hats and t-shirts. Comment, like, and subscribe. If you've not already subscribed, please consider doing so. We got lots of racing content coming. Big Block Chevrolet, single turbo. Appreciate it, guys. All right, guys, so the race car is down at Randy's shop, RJ Customs. They're working on it, getting the hood put back on the car and going to work on doing some weight bar stuff. But I got my new wheel. If y'all remember, the old car, the one that was in the picture behind me in the intro, we crashed that car last year, and we had Mac-Fab double bead locks. And so we did a video the other day on how this one fits. This is a 3.5-inch back spacing. So this is the one that got destroyed over here. And you see the end is kind of pushed in just a little bit compared to this one. But I wanted to show you what they do. So Mac-Fab, there's a lot of companies that do bead locks on wheels, but Mac-Fab is probably the one that does the most conversions on any of your wheels. So if you have a set of wheels and they are non-beadlocked, he can convert them. Lyle Barnett and his team, they can convert them to beadlock. And it's real simple. There's a few videos out there. What they'll do is they basically put these things up on a machine and they cut the lips off. And you see, this is the normal wheel. So you have to have a tire machine usually to put it on. You can kind of do it, but basically the outside of the tire, it fits on this outer edge, and that's what seals. And you see on a beadlock, they cut it off and then they weld this ring on the inside, and then you have the ring that bolts down, that squashes down to the outside. So this is the ring, this is what it looks like. And you see when there's a step ledge here, and when this goes on, basically, this is how it is. And so when the ring is on, now you see the width is the same. But a lot of people get confused on, you know, looking at these things and how they're actually designed. This looks narrower, and it is narrower because you're measuring it in two different spots. Both of these wheels are 3.5-inch back spacing, and both of them are 14 inches wide, but that's what you want to look at. Let me show you the difference when you're measuring. And I've made this mistake where I was trying to buy a set of used wheels, and they were like 12 or 13 inches wide, and I looked at them and I measured them incorrectly. And so I thought they were not the right size when in fact they were. Hang on, let me get a tape measure. All right, guys, so I just got my tape measure. This wheel right here is fresh out of the box. And you see what I mean? When you measure across from lip to lip is essentially 14 inches. And I guess they don't do it straight from the edge, but that right there is pretty close. If you go up just a little bit, you can see it's 14 inches. Now, if you come to this beadlock wheel, and you measure what most people did, which I did. You go from that ledge to this ledge, and then you go, oh, wait a minute, it's only 13 inches. They took an inch off of my wheel. That's exactly what probably a lot of people say when they get their wheels beadlocked, but that's actually not the case. And you can see it right here. That is the difference. So the tire is here, so the width is actually the same. It's just they're measuring them in two different locations. Now, of course, the benefit of having a beadlock, a double beadlock, is you can change the tires and wheels at the track. Something else they do is they knurl this edge. So they put this little grippy thing here. And when the clamp clamps the tire bead, then this helps hold it in place. And that's one of the benefits of a beadlock. You don't have it slipping. And you can see in a factory wheel, this is machined smooth and rolled, and then you'll get tire slippage. Now, if you run a slick with a tube in it, if you do not have beadlocks or screws, there's a real high likelihood that the tire will slide on the rim. And when it slides on the rim, then it could rip the valve stem out. They require, this one does not have a tube in it at the moment, but they require the tubes to be screw in. Let me show you. Got a pair over here. This is the ones I took off. The tubes, this is Mickey Thompson tube, and it's actually, you know, attached, and that's how it holds the stem in place so that it locks it down. But imagine if you don't have bead locks and you don't have screws, Beadlocks are definitely the preferred. This wheel slips, it grabs the tube, and then it's going to rip this out. And then even with this, it's going to be a problem potentially. Radials generally don't run tubes, but you'll skid. I don't know if y'all, back in the day when I first started doing YouTube, my buddy Carl, he had a set of wheels. They were 12 inches wide, and I don't remember if they were single bead locked or non-beadlocked at all, but he had radials. The car kept spinning. I'll look and see if I can find the video. I don't know if I still have it, but it was actually smoking the bead. And so we finally got it on video, slowed it down, and the tire smoke, it was spinning so much on the wheel that it was actually smoking there, and then it would upset the car, and then the other one would go into tire speed, and we couldn't figure out how to make it not work. Or we couldn't figure out how to make it work. It would not work no matter what we did. So that's the reason, you know, double beadlocks are important. So is one of the racing things. And the wider you have a tire, like stretching that 14-inch or that 10.5-inch wide tire on a 14-inch wheel, if you had this with no beadlock, then the chance that speed of this wheel coming off of the lip there is very high, because the tire tries to stand up and grow. So, you know, that's one of the other things you have to do. So this wheel over here we got, it's going to go off the Mac-Fab, and Mac-Fab is going to turn this one into that, and then we'll have another matching set with a little bit different offset. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. See y'all soon. Later.